someone that knows me, a past friend of mine, say something to me about something that I could not do or could not do very well. And I was kind of like, just kind of kept thinking about it, like, why would that person say that? Like, what are they trying to prove by trying to convince me of something that I can not do or can't do very well? And I'm like a perfectionist, so sometimes when I want to be really good at something, and I know that I'm only like subpar, or I'm not at where I want to be, I can be a little bit like self-conscious about it, just because I like being really, really good at things. So like I was kind of like obsessing, like, okay, I know like my ability is not that great, but okay. And so I heard a song on the radio. That song, like, it talks about that grace that looks good on you. It's talking about like God's grace is His gift to us. And for me, when I hear God's grace, the biggest thing that I think about is how He created us, and He decided to give us life, even though He already knew that we were going to sin against Him and kind of revolt against what He wanted for our lives. And to me, that's the biggest grace. And He made us. Not only did He make us, He didn't make us all the same. He made us as individual people. Every single person on this earth, dead and going to be, those are all completely, totally different people, and nobody's the same. So when someone tells me something that I can't do that well, or can't do this, and trying to down me on this or down me on that, I think, well, all right, okay, good, but I'm glad that your thoughts don't determine like what God is able to do in my life. No matter what you think, it doesn't change God's ability. And no matter how not good or bad I am at something, no matter how bad I am at singing, no matter how ugly someone thinks I am, nobody can sing like how I sing. Nobody can talk how I talk. Nobody can talk with my cadence. Nobody can walk the way I walk. Nobody can hold their bodies the same way I hold my body. Nobody can see my perspectives on things. Nobody can jump inside of my mind and figure out how I think about things, how I see everything, become one with my feelings and my emotions, except for God. That's the only person who can do that. And I'm real thankful about that, because He's not going to tell me the things that I can't do. Because He knows if He's working with me that He's able to do everything. God doesn't need us to be good enough. He is enough. He'll fill every gap in me, and if He needs to, He'll make me able. So for me, I'm not going to let that person get in my mind and think about anything that they're saying about me. And all I'm going to do is reflect on what God says. And in Joshua 1:7-9, this is right during the time where God was leading the people, still leading them into the promised land. And they were still taking over territories and fighting different enemies of theirs. And this is right after Moses died, and now Joshua became the leader of the Israelites. And it says, "Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. Keep this book of law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." So let's just be thankful today that what other people say about us, their thoughts and whatever they perceive about us in our minds, doesn't change what God is able to do inside of us and inside of our hearts.